Welcome to the Retro Video Store Podcast.
Welcome everyone to the Retro Video Store Podcast. I'm your host Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And that's my co-host Neil.
I'm Neil. And who was so anal about being here today? He did his best to get here.
He's live from the men's room.
Dave.
How are you feeling, Dave?
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Empty. Haven't eaten anything since I think 7 o'clock yesterday. Yeah.
Got a big day ahead of you tomorrow.
Big day.
A big long day.
Yeah.
Dave is gonna get some medical stuff done to him tomorrow, so it'll all come out well in the end.
It might be a pain in the ass to get it done, but if you're a trooper, you'll get right through it.
Hey, I'm doing it because I'm at that age.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Nice.
Feel like life just slaps you in the face, right on the cheek, or both cheeks, right in the middle of your cheeks.
Mm-hmm. This is quite the warm opening we have right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, put a
All
ring
right,
on that
Dave.
one. Wow. So you haven't eaten? You haven't eaten? You could get some seafood. Maybe eat a little starfish, little chocolate starfish, Dave.
Poor Dave. He's going in tomorrow, so if he if you don't hear from him for a while, even more so than normal, it's because he's in the bathroom. So, but today we're going to continue our Van Damme Film Fest that we've slowly been doing over the past since the beginning of the podcast. I was been thinking about it. We've done Bloodsport, obviously, and then we did Hard Target, Kickboxer, Universal Soldier. Are we missing anything? And now we're doing Timecop.
No, wait. Kickboxer, Universal Soldier. What was the one like? Don't spill it. It killed the grass.
Oh, Hard Target.
Yeah, we did Hard Target.
Yeah, Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Hard Target, Universal Soldier, and now Timecop. Timecop is possibly the most mainstream movie for Van Damme. I think, it seems to be the most straightforward kind of Hollywood movie that he was in. But we'll get to all that. But let's do what we always do. David, what did you watch this week?
Guys, you're going to be surprised, but I haven't watched anything this week.
Flushing that time away.
Yeah.
It's all going to pot. Did you watch basketball at least?
I did watch the basketball. I watched Project Hail Mary a couple weeks ago. And
Good movie.
Yeah, really good movie. Somebody texted me about the movie with this really long thing about characters and, really kind of went in depth with it. We were texting about the movie. And my response was I realized that I bring a whole lot to those conversations like I do the podcast. And my response was, yeah, it's a good movie. I liked it.
Enjoy it.
At least you're consistent.
Yeah. Their words were talking about how they, instead of going this way, they studied this in the field. They really, I just said, yeah, no, it's good. I really liked it. So
really analyzing it or analyzing.
Yeah.
The book is great. It's the guy that wrote Project Hail Mary is the same guy that wrote The Martian. I read The Martian. I liked it. The movie was pretty good. He wrote Project Hail Mary, read that. The movie's pretty good. I think he's written one other thing, but I'm so deep in stuff that I'm reading. Right, I've got so many books I'm reading and damn audiobooks I'm listening to. It's going to be tough to get caught up. And movies.
Let's go off the beaten path. What is the best audiobook book you've read lately?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a couple different kinds. What genre?
Just in general, what is a book that really stood out for you?
Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
All right.
Really
Philosophy
interesting
book.
It is. It is. It's okay. So, long story short, this guy was Jewish, put into a concentration camp, and he looked at the way people treated each other and the way other Jews sort of colluded with the Germans, and he takes a very non-religious look at how we find meaning in our lives.
All right.
And it's not a book to be just like whipped through. It's a book to like read a chapter to go like, oh fuck, and they have to go back and read that. Fantasy. I just started The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. It's the Mistborn series. So there's a whole bunch in that, and then it's the second book. I just whipped through it. That was pretty good. And then I'm really addicted to the lit RPG kind of stuff now, especially Matt Dinneman with Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I guess has been co-opted by Peacock, and it looks like Seth MacFarlane's going to be producing it, which that could be really good.
Nice. How about what have you watched this week?
What I watched this week, so I got sucked into something thinking that it was a movie because of the pacing of it. It was something very bad's about to happen.
I heard about that. Yeah, I've read this.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Don't waste your fucking time.
Don't waste it. Oh, okay.
Don't waste your fucking time. I'm sitting here like, man, this is a slow ass paced movie, and then the credits started to roll. And I had not paid attention and realized it's a fucking series. But see, now I'm committed because I really want to know how it ends. But it's heroes from the land of the very like soft, compliant people. Like people show up and do weird shit, and instead of going like, "You weird motherfucker, get the fuck away from me! What the hell's your problem? Why are you staying in the room with no lights on? Turn on the lights, you freak!" Just like they just sit there and stare with their mouth open and let all this tension build. No. Can't do it.
What was the movie with James McAvoy where the people go on vacation, and if they would have just put up like boundaries and said, "No, we're not going to go meet you for dinner," or "We're not comfortable going to your," or what is it? I can't remember. Is it "Don't Speak" or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah,
it is. It was
same thing. They're like, "Oh my God, what do we do in this situation?" What you need is a friend from New Mexico because they'll just belt somebody in the face.
Just like, say, "We're not comfortable. This is fucked up." Yeah.
Not doing it. Yeah. So, yeah. So hotel room, huh, Dave?
Yeah. The only thing that'll really get me through what I got going on is hearing what Eric watched this week.
God damn you, Dave. David. What did I watch this week? I actually watched a lot of movies this week. I watched, remind me if I said this last week, but I watched a horror movie called Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker from 1981.
You told me about it over text, but I don't know if we talked about it.
It is so weird. And I thought I have seen every slasher from the 80s. And it's not really a slasher movie. It's just kind of a weird Oedipus kind of story where this kid is orphaned, or you think he's orphaned, and he gets raised by his very, very, very clingy aunt. And she has a very kind of inappropriate relationship with him. He's like a senior in high school. He's getting ready to get a basketball scholarship and leaves and stuff like that. But she decides to kill the TV repairman she did put the moves on, and he rejects her. So she kills him. He tries to help her. Then it just gets spirals into weird Oedipal stuff, lots of murders and weirdness at the end. And it's just really bizarre. It's like the closest thing I can say it reminds me of is Sleepaway Camp and that weird specific perverseness that Sleepaway Camp has. Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker has that kind of weird. This movie was made without any studio interference because it's too weird to have anybody make notes for it. You know what I mean? It's just too specifically weird. And I watched that. I've been thinking about it. It's definitely odd. It's on Shudder, I think, and also Amazon Prime, if I'm correct, maybe even Tubi. But if you want to watch a weird 80s horror movie, Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. It was also, I guess, shelved for a little bit. It didn't do great in 81. Came out again like 2 years later as Night Warning. They just put another title on it and released it again. Both titles kind of suck. They don't really tell you what the movie's about, but check it out. It is very bizarre. really weird. Almost has a psycho kind of feel to it. Also watched The Burbs with Tom Hanks, which I have not seen in ages.
I watched the series.
Yeah, how was the series? You can't see, people can't see you shaking your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was just kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the movie is fun. I remember being disappointed with the movie when I first saw it in the theater because I was hoping it would be more like the people would be more freaky, and it wasn't freaky enough for me. But watching it now, I enjoyed it, and it was just kind of some of the paranoia that they just keep feeding to to each other and how it just escalates.
Wait. Sardines.
Yes, sardines. It's pretty funny. And I also watched Wrong Turn, the original Wrong Turn, and it made me think of we should have a slaycation month where people have awkward vacations for in the month of May. So I think we're going to do some movies that basically people are getting hunted down by mutants, like in The Hills Have Eyes and Wrong Turn, or maybe or just bad vacations like Touristas and Joyride and those kind of themed movies seem to be fun. So we're going to try to jump into those in May. If anybody has a specific request, let us know. rvspodcast222@gmail.com. We haven't received any email in a while, so I just thought I'd throw that out there earlier in the show to remind you that we will read your email on the air and take suggestions and things like that. So hit us up with that. But now it's time for some Van Damage with Timecop from 1994.
Enough with the kicking.
I don't think he kicked enough in this movie.
Dude, the splits part, the fucking, come on. That was a kick.
God.
We'll get there.
That was so great.
Yeah, we'll get there.
The only part of the movie I remembered was that part, and I was sitting there just like, fuck yeah, do it. And he did.
The splits?
Okay, so apparently Dave and I watched the movie. Where were you?
Yeah. No. I'm talking about what party did the splits. Are you talking about the on the counter splits with the taser, or the I'm splitting and punching you in the nuts splits? Because he does those a couple of times.
On the counter.
On the counter.
Yeah, okay, that's the one that everybody remembers. Yeah. On the counter.
We already saw do the splits get punched in the nuts in Bloodsport. That's old. That's old splits. We needed new splits.
Mm-hmm.
Those were new splits.
Yeah, he's an agile fellow, that Jean Claude. Neil, when did you see this movie for the first time?
1994 when it came out. I went to the theater and watched it.
Yeah, this one was a wait to rent. I didn't see it in the theater, but I did rent it.
What?
And enjoyed it when I rented it. But I have not seen it since. I had not seen it since that one rental a long, long time ago. I like your T-shirt. It says tattoos are stupid. I saw a woman wearing that today. Not to denigrate you, but I saw a tattooed lady at the DMV wearing the same T-shirt.
My eyes are up here, Eric.
Yeah. I had to register my truck today, and it was a bloodbath.
You bought a truck?
Yeah, I got a Toyota Tacoma.
I had to take the steering wheel off and replace the clock spring on my 2005 Tacoma yesterday.
Yeah, it looked like a pain in the ass.
Not too bad.
Good. You're more handy than I am, that's for sure.
There's a joke there. I'm going to leave that alone.
David, when did you first see this movie?
I'm sure I saw it when I was younger, but watching it this go around, I feel like this is like, is this the first time I've ever seen this movie? So I don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, watching it this time, I had blocked a lot of it out. I guess I didn't remember a lot, but I was surprised at the quality, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah, the special effects were pretty good. The budget was pretty good. The acting was pretty decent. The plot was good. So it was a definitely a departure from the normal Van Damme movies that I'm used to seeing.
I needed some sciencey type explanations. So you're gonna put me in a little rocket sled and sling me into the future, and then when I go back, I'm gonna end up sitting down in the exact same rocket sled. I wanted to know how that part worked.
Yeah, that made no goddamn sense. because you're on the rocket sled and some people are just walking in to the current time. Sometimes you're falling in a lake because you're on the rocket sled, and then you go back and you're on the goddamn rocket sled. Yeah, Neil, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
You see those two red spots? That is, they did not make it. That was up there.
This
Because
movie did not.
Sometimes life is shit, and you end up red stain on wall. Fuck those guys.
So going back to the Van Damme filmography, he was in Monaco Forever as the gay karate man, which we have talked about. Then he was he was also in Break-In as a spectator in the one of the dance scenes, dancing in his little
An
little
overly enthusiastic extra.
Yes. Then he was in No Retreat, No Surrender as Ivan Krasinski, and that movie is so bad. I remember watching it, and the guy gets trained by the ghost of Bruce Lee, and it is just fucking terrible. And then Van Damme's in it for like 10 minutes, maybe not even 10 minutes, maybe 7 or so. He's in it at the beginning to establish him as the bad guy, and you don't see him for another hour and 20 minutes until he fights the guy at the end of the movie, and then he's gone. Then he was in Bloodsport, Black Eagle, Cyborg. Should we do Cyborg? That might be one for us to do. Kickboxer, Lionheart, Death Warrant, Double Impact, playing a dual role, Universal Soldier, Nowhere to Run, Last Action Hero. He had a cameo. Then he was in Timecop and then Street Fighter. Street Fighter. Oh, this is okay. That'll be the 6th Van Damme movie because we did Street Fighter as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Street Fighter, Sudden Death, The Quest, Maximum Risk, Double Team, Knockoff, The Legionnaire. Yeah, he's been in a lot of movies, but this was definitely during his peak as far as commercial viability. And going back to what we were talking about earlier, I was surprised at the quality of this movie. And it was produced by Sam Raimi and Robert Tappert. So, it was a good move by them. It does seem like a concept that they would be down for. But yeah.
So I was thinking about like bad martial arts movies. But, I think one that we need to... Was that an Arby's cup? Did you eat at Arby's?
Yeah, every once in a while I feel like damaging myself and having a beef and cheddar. So I had a beef and cheddar and some curly fries earlier. But this is how old I'm getting. It was just the classic
Fucking Eric.
Just the classic.
Here, talk more about the food because Dave hasn't eaten since 7 yesterday.
It's been 24 hours. I haven't had anything to eat.
So it was the basic beef and cheddar classic. It wasn't the double or the half pound or anything like that, because that would send me straight to the bathroom and I would never recover. So it's just the basic classic.
How's that feel, Dave? Tell us about that, going to the bathroom and not being able to recover. Let's look on the bright side about a colonoscopy. Can we look on the positives, please? Sure. Okay. Is that if anyone is there with you and they have any common sense, they're going to film you in recovery and catch that epic fart you're going to have to rip before they'll even let you out of the building.
Nice.
I didn't hear about that part. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. Anyway, best of the best. I remembered that today.
Yes.
Just thinking about that.
Yeah.
And it's got like
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts in it. It's got Sean Penn's brother, whose name escapes me.
Chris Penn.
Chris
Penn.
Chris Penn's in it.
Yeah.
And these guys are going to like this world level Taekwondo competition, and they can't throw a front kick to save their life. It is absolutely just ridiculous, and I loved it for that alone because Taekwondo don't. That's my little motto.
I watched that a long, long time ago, and then there was Best of the Best Part 2 that I remember seeing. And I'm like, Eric Roberts will act in anything. He'll be in any movie.
Do you see what I don't have in this?
They took your thumbs.
They took my thumbs. Double thumbs.
But yeah, Eric Roberts has been in some great movies, and he has been in some crap.
Wait, you want to see Magic Trick? Watch this. Yes, man.
Ooh, wow.
It's back. There's my thumb. Thank you.
So we're going to go on a tangent and look at the Eric Roberts filmography.
Oh my god.
And he has been in a shitload of movies. In fact, it is so many movies that they don't even include it in a normal here's the works, full list of works. He's been acting since 1974. And it says this list is incomplete. Wow. Raggedy Man, Star 80. He was a real jerk in Star 80 as Dorothy Stratton's boyfriend. Kills her. I remember seeing that. Pope Greenwich Village, Runaway Train, Nobody's Fool, Rude Awakening, Best of the Best. That was in 89. By the Sword, Best of the Best, Chapter 2. Baby Fever.
You can keep talking all the Eric Roberts you want, but I think we have enough to talk about to make a whole podcast for this movie.
That's true. Sorry. Just going on a tangent. He's just been in a shitload of crappy movies, but also some good ones. So, yeah, we'll do an Eric Roberts fest someday. So this movie was originally a comic book from Dark Horse Comics, and I don't remember it at all. It was only like a 3-issue series as far as I know. Yeah, Timecop, A Man Out of Time. And Dark Horse Comics was a cool comics kind of publisher that did a lot of like adaptations of other stories and stuff. But it was interesting. Movie had a $28 million budget, made $54 million $54 million in the United States, but $129 million worldwide. And this was the highest grossing Van Damme movie. Directed by Peter Hyams, which he's done a lot of movies all the way from the 70s till now. He was did Capricorn 1 and Outland, so some space movies from the 70s and 80s. The Star Chamber, which is a lawyer movie. 2010, The Year We Make Contact. Running Scared with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. Presidio, Stay Tuned, Sudden Death. So he got on the Van Damme train with Timecop and Sudden Death. And he did a movie that we're going to do in a couple of weeks, The Relic, the Monster in a Museum movie with Penelope Ann Miller and Tom Sizemore. End of Days with Schwarzenegger, The Musketeer, Sound of Thunder, and then the last movie he did was in 2013 called Enemies Closer, also a Van Damme movie. Interesting. So, varied career for Peter Hyams. So, thanks, Neil. You already included Mia Sarah photos for our notes.
You're welcome.
So this movie had the rule that the same matter cannot occupy the same space. And much like Chekhov's gun, that will be play in to the last part of the movie. Jean Claude Van Damme is Agent Max Walker. Mia Sarah is Melissa Walker, his wife, who you get to see in a love scene at the beginning of the movie. Ron Silver as Senator Aaron McComb. Neil, what was your big nitpick with Senator Aaron McComb in the movie?
He needs to die because of the way he eats nuts out of a bowl in limousines. Mm-hmm. He needs to die. I wanted his character off so bad after that initial limo scene. I'd forgotten how bad that was. The smacking, the throwing it in, the crunching. No.
Yeah. I don't like when actors eat as like an affectation of when they're acting. Like Brad Pitt does that a lot. He's always eating. The guy, Jeff Bridges, eats all the time. Eats ice. He's always chewing ice in his movies, especially in Iron Man. And then I think with that movie, The Door on the Floor, it just got really distracting. Ron Silver, Briss McGill, Gloria Rubens as Agent Sarah Fielding. I couldn't remember what she was in. Then I remember she was in ER. Yes. Yeah, ER. I want to hit us with the critical consensus. Oh, let's go back and do the Internet Movie Database. We forgot all about that. Neil?
Let's do that. Max Walker, an officer for a security agency that regulates time travel, must fend for his life against a shady politician who's intent on changing the past to control the future.
So this is a lot like the time variance group in the Marvel Marvel universe. I know it's a lot in Loki, which I haven't seen, but I wonder which came first, the time variance group or this Timecop group, which concept was first.
Hmm.
How about the critical consensus?
I'm going to shock you with this. Critics were mixed. I'm going to shock you on that, citing various plot holes and inconsistencies. And on Rotten Tomato, and we know what they do there, 43% of 44 critics reviews are positive with an average rating of 5.2 out of 10, which I just don't get how they do that. It's like it's pretty positive, but it's got like a 5 out of 10. It's no Terminator, but for those willing to suspend disbelief and rational thought, Timecop provides limited sci-fi action rewards. But 100% will fill your kicking needs. Metacritic uses a weighted average assigned for the film, gave it a 48 out of 100, and that's based on 17 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B+. Roger Ebert called Timecop a low-rent Terminator. Richard Harrington of the Washington Post said, "For once, Van Damme's accent is easier to understand than the plot."
Isn't that what Mia Sarah's character says to him at one point?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
David Richards of the New York Times disparages Van Damme's acting in previous films but calls Timecop his classiest effort to date. The film made Entertainment Weekly's underrated films list in November 2010, mostly because of Van Damme's acting.
Mm-hmm. I did include the Rotten Tomatoes link so we can look at a few more reviews considering it. The Detroit Free Press, 1 out of 4 stars. Director Peter Hyams, without an ounce of suspense, too much testosterone, and little or no reason, Timecop takes the fun out of what has to be one of the most enduring human fantasies to go back in time and make things right. The super silly effort strays quite near the watchable thanks to its Looney Tunes time travel angle. Van Damme is compelling only when he takes his clothes off. Gene Siskel said that.
Well.
All right, Gene Siskel. This brainless romp is a real blast, says Empire Magazine. I go back and, I hadn't seen it since I first saw it in that first rental, and I was actually impressed to a certain degree with the movie. I thought that the angle with the wife, going back and trying to change that was good. The special effects are pretty good. There was a lot of nice goon killing, goons falling from high spaces, getting shot, and things like that. I thought that the goon murder work was good. And the fact that there was goons, I like it when there's the bad guy has a lot of, guys.
There's just a lot of cannon fodder.
Yeah, a lot of cannon fodder for the good guy to go through.
I just wanted him to suffer more because he was a fucking moron. How, if he's joining the TEC? What was it called?
Yeah.
Okay, you joined the TEC, but can't think or even bring up to yourself that the most tragic moment, the most difficult moment of your life was probably because of people fucking with time when they show up with space guns and blow up the house instantly and then all disappear.
Yeah. That's true. He didn't realize that at all.
Yeah, he never put that together.
Yeah.
They're even fighting back in his old fucking house and he's like, "Wait a minute. I could have fixed this a long time ago."
Or
we would not be in this shit right now.
Or when they give the coordinates of where they're going to land at, I'm like, "Oh, I live close to there."
You can see my house from there.
Yeah, he had plenty of opportunities to stop this elsewhere from happening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Could have changed a lot, but no. And even he fucked that part up.
But you know what he does really, really well in this? He kicks. Man, does he kick. And he's not just like, okay, I'm flexible, look how strong I am. But he leaves his foot out just for like a split second. And you'd think someone would be like, this guy's going to kick me. And then boom, just like they were completely surprised. He fucking kicks him in the face. You punch me. I grab your hand, but I put my foot on top of it. You're never going to guess what's going to happen next, huh? I kick you. And everybody's still sitting there just fucking flying around.
Well, I thought,
It's like,
especially when I watched
guys,
the first.
in between chews, he's sitting there, sounded like a fucking foster puppy at its dish for the first time ever. That he would have just thought to tell those guys is like, look, I've seen Kicky McFrench before, okay? or Dutch or whatever he is. He's going to get you maybe once, but the second one, there's going to be like a 3 or 4 second pause. Fucking move. Get a hand up, do something, because the other foot's going to come out. Boom. I kick you with this foot.
I think what they did, and it kind of just maybe disappointed me the first time I saw it, they made him more human, like more vulnerable. He got his ass kicked a couple of times, where he was incapacitated, where in other movies he can fight through anything, getting blinded, just all that kind of stuff. He's a little more vulnerable in this movie than he is normally in other movies, which is probably cool. It starts with the cool gold bullion heist with the guy stopping the Confederate soldiers, and he's got every machine gun had laser sights in the 90s, and these were no exception.
Yeah.
Laser sights. But the people are already using time travel for their benefit. And kills the soldiers, disappears back. Did the horses go with him too, or did the horses fit in the time sled, or was he just in there? How did he get the gold bullion with him too? Did he load up the time travel sled?
It neatly stacked itself in the back seat. Or actually needs to be in the front seat, because if that sled comes to a stop, those gold bullion are coming back and they're slapping him in the back of the head.
Yeah. Certain things that just don't add up. What did this movie predict future-wise that you thought was pretty good?
My inevitable distaste for the way people eat inside vehicles.
All right. Well, I mean, it had self-driving cars, so that's not bad.
Fuck self-driving cars. They're all over San Francisco. You can't go anywhere in there without running into a Waymo. Self-driving cars can suck it. Or driving past some jackass in a Tesla, which I guess has to be part of the test to get a Tesla. Are you a jackass? You can have this vehicle falling asleep, and I'm zipping down 101 at like 85, 90 miles an hour, and then there's some ball bag you can see who's nodded off at the wheel of their self-driving Tesla.
Yeah, I'm very suspicious of self-driving cars. When we were in Las Vegas last time, they wanted to send us a self-driving Uber, and we're like, nope. No, thank you. We'll take a traditional one. Yeah. I'd rather have somebody playing very explicit rap music with my son in the back seat driving us to Las Vegas than a self-driving Uber. His TV was kind of cool, and is watching. This is the move. If you lose your wife and she, dies tragically, and you're the hero, you've got to watch video of her in the sweetest moments, over and over and over again.
Just torment yourself.
Oh my God. Yep.
Just like John Wick, just like McMurphy in RoboCop.
That's the one I was thinking. RoboCop. I was like, where the fuck was they always going in and watching the RoboCop?
Wait, didn't Martin Riggs do it too? And
yeah, yes, he did. Yeah,
he had tortured himself too. Yeah. Jesus Christ, he's jumping over stuff, he's kicking people, he's balancing over one foot, but man, he's fucking tripping over dialogue. Stand on my foot. We need you to say these 5 words in a row. So, I love how his dialogue is always just like 4 or 5 words, and then there's got to be a pause.
Yeah.
He and Mia.
Like that's sorry, Eric, but that's like evident in the scene where he tries to tell her to not go back up to tell the guy that she's pregnant. You know, it's like he knows it's going to happen that night, and future mullet him or whatever, and like how slow he is to convey this message of like, don't do this. Like, couldn't he have just? Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Eric. But yeah, it was painful.
his I love his move. His confused stare. He always does that same confused stare, which is pretty good. He's really good at it. And then just to spice it up, we'll do confused stare with a split.
So he actually had decent chemistry with Mia Sara, though. I thought they, had good chemistry together.
Let's talk about the kitchen. Let's talk about the kitchen.
Okay, go ahead.
This was the only part of the movie that I 100% remembered, and I was absolutely stoked for it, is when they got the water. As soon as you get a shot of the water running across, you know something is going to happen. Anytime you're watching a liquid move in a movie, it's like, oh my God, it's blood. It's going to set something off. It's gasoline or kerosene. It's going to get lit on fire, or it's water and it's going to get tagged with electricity.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting there. He's got nowhere to go. He's backed into a kitchen. The dude's got like the retractable super taser, space taser, whatever it is. And you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, what's he going to jump up on? Wait, no, motherfucker's going to do some splits in the kitchen on the counter. That did not disappoint.
Signature move. Van Damme's got the splits. Didn't see his buns in this movie, though. Not like Bloodsport, where, he's wearing those
just out constantly.
With his little banana hammock underwear, showing his buns off, and the girl who sees it, she's not having a... At least
there was no dancing. Remember
no
this
dancing,
one?
Yeah. Like in
that one. That was so good.
Kickboxer. Yeah. This movie, watching Van Damme movies, makes me respect him more in a way that he brought a decent amount of entertainment to people in the 80s and 90s.
He did.
He had a pretty good legacy. I think I maybe kind of diminished his value when it comes to the, like Schwarzeneggers and Stallones and stuff like that. But I would rather watch a Van Damme movie than most Stallone films. Because
100%. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for not being able to speak the language for Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. Because when you think about Stallone, I can't think of that many movies that he's great in or that are that entertaining. I mean, Rocky, of course, Rambo's good. But Cliffhanger, maybe?
Cliffhanger's so fucking awful.
Yeah, Cliffhanger's pretty bad. I'm trying to think. He did the one that wasn't
put it on the list.
Huh?
I said I'll put it on the list. Cliffhanger.
Yeah, put it on the list. Just make us watch it. I can't. He did some small town cop one. I can't. Copland.
It was Copland. Yeah, he was trying to go for legitimacy in that one.
Yeah, that was at the what was that singleplex theater that was across from the Cameo? I think it was at the Cameo, right across the street from that burger joint that's still in business. That little I can't remember what it was, but yeah,
Taco
I
John's?
remember watching. No, I'll look it up. But I remember watching Copland and running across the street and they had like 50-cent hamburgers.
I can't picture that. I can picture the Cameo perfectly, because I love that style of theater where it's a single screen. You get your ticket. You buy the ticket at the little ticket counter, and then there's like one or two people back there with the concession stand.
Got the concessions all laid out. Fucking beautiful.
Perfect. Popcorn. I can smell the popcorn. Coke, fountain Coke, getting like, M&Ms or some sort of, some other candy. Hot dog. Maybe my sister would always get the pickle, the disgusting pickle that was floating around in that gigantic jar. But watching a ton of movies at the Cameo.
Okay. Which sister?
Catherine.
Yeah. Those are disgusting. Don't do that, Catherine. Chop them up and make a relish and put them on a hot dog like a regular person. Don't eat that giant pickle, please.
Movie theater nachos, too.
Oh, they suck so bad now because you get a little plastic bag and then you get like a paper box with like a little hole that they put the preheated
Yep.
stuff in. And at mine, you can't even dish on the jalapenos yourself. They give you like a little pre-thing of jalapenos. And then I keep looking at them like, this is not going to, can I have two more? Like, no, it's one per person. This is enough. May I have two more? I'm not going to bankrupt you asking for more jalapenos. And who makes it? It's called like, Tito's. It's like Tito's cheese.
Mhm.
The worst.
Well, I just remember we would go to 7-Eleven. You could put your own chips into a bowl, the plastic, or the paper bowl, and then pump or spoon the nacho cheese on your nachos, and it would be you'd have to guard it with your life because it was going to tip over because of the amount of cheese and jalapenos on those nachos, man.
7-Eleven still has the gizmo with the cheese that you press and it pumps out, and you can put chili on top of it.
Oh god!
And then if you're feeling lucky enough, depending on what time of day you get there, they actually have like the onions chopped up and the jalapenos.
Ugh.
Depending on what sort of TB infested meth addict, scent, was in there before you. I almost said scent because Dave just said put something in the chat.
It was Taco Box.
Yeah, I just sent a screenshot of whatever, but the Centennial's an AutoZone now. They turned it into a fucking AutoZone.
Yeah, it's sad. It hasn't been a Centennial in a long time.
Taco Box is still in business, man. Like, that thing is crazy. 50-cent.
There was Taco Box and there was like Taco John's too. Where's the place where you get the great taquitos? It was closer to the hospital. Was it Taco Box? I don't know.
Taco Box, dude. You get them all right there. Little small bag of little tiny little taquitos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Taco
Going
Box
back to
rad.
the 7-Eleven cuisine, get yourself a roller dog, a Coke, or maybe they had the burritos, the deep fried burritos that they would put in. Fried burrito, roller dog, nachos, and a big old 3-foot long bag of popcorn.
Popcorn. Dude, we used to get that and then go to your house and watch shit. That was the best.
Yes.
But if we're going to talk about deep fried burritos, as New Mexicans, I think we all know where you go to get those.
Oh yeah, all subs, 100%.
All subs, 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, is there other ranch to have that is not from Dion's? I'm sure there is. Is Dion's far superior to all other ranch on the planet? Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. You can get the green chili ranch at Dion's as well.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too. I got a buddy of mine who's driving from Florida. He's headed out to California. He went down to go watch Artemis 2 launch.
Mm-hmm.
And he sends me a text. He goes, New Mexico roads suck. And I'm like, well, then pull over and eat the good food, jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Pull over and eat. What are you
How
doing?
many times have we had segues about New Mexican food?
Hey,
Blake's Lottaburger, man.
I'm so fucking hungry. Can we talk about the movie?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I can't eat. I can't eat.
Sorry, dude.
I can't eat until like noon tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm drinking water, liquids, and shitting all day.
I just want a giant tube of 7-Eleven popcorn.
And I just want
know you want a giant tube, Eric.
But
Come on
7-Eleven popcorn too.
the dude's getting ready to have a colonoscopy. Don't talk about giant tubes. Little narrow, thin, gentle tubes, Dave.
Going back to the movie, this has a very inconsistent butterfly effect thing going on, where if something changes in the past, how it affects the future, where Macomb, our evil senator, wants to be president eventually, so he's manipulating time to get money and changing investments and all this kind of stuff like that. So he changes the time enforcement committee or whatever it is, and they get out of the stupid little sled, and it shows it's Macomb's chip factory. Why would he want to shut it down then? I don't know. Let's Google plot holes in Timecop.
There's too many. God damn it! I'm so fucking hungry. You guys are talking. I'm just like sitting here. I can smell popcorn. I can smell 7-Eleven hot dogs.
All right, so the time car. Why is it when they leave their time in the time car, they get randomly thrown somewhere? Okay, we've already talked about that. If they can just press a button to go back to their own time, why can't they just do that to go back in history? given he already went back in time, the movie should not have happened. The wife should have warned him the danger was ahead, so he could have at least prepared. So does time branch off, like we've learned in Endgame, into all these different variances, or is there only one timeline that once you change it, it's changed, and that's the new timeline? Time travel movies are are just full of plot holes no matter what.
Yeah, this movie made no sense.
Your nerd moment just cracked my screen. Holy shit, I can't see out of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that did not make sense at all, Eric, in this one. And I guess maybe I missed the part, like, why the fuck did he like come back with a mullet? Or did I just miss, like, was it time overlaps? Or I just missed, like, is that
because in 2004 everybody has mullets?
Yeah.
I love movies when they say a certain time that has already passed is the future, and you realize that that time was nothing like the future that they had thought of, which makes me sad that
I just had a realization. You said that he didn't have his buns out in this movie, but he did.
Did he? Because
you're talking about his wife warning him, and then that's the first thing they do is he meets her, and then they go back and then they hump.
I think I was focused on Mia Sarah's boobs, not Van.
When I looked up, it's hairy ass crack. Boom, just right there
in 4K. Oh, David got up.
Oh, David's gone.
David's up. David is up. I did kind of like Ron Silver's acting when he was his uncorrupted self versus the corrupted self, where he's already using the time variance, where his old self is a little heavier, kind of carries himself different, is a little bit more passive. So that was at least decent acting for Ron Silver.
What happened in that poor guy's life to whip him around so hardcore?
And the split screen acting when there was two of them was actually pretty decent too. Split screen, yes.
I see what you did.
I did like when the action set piece when they go back into that big warehouse, and there's all sorts of flames and sparks and shit, and the goon gets flying and falls into the big board of lights or whatever, the generator. That was pretty good dummy work. There needs to be more dummies falling and landing into stuff. That should be a new rule in movie.
We don't get people doing those like falls where someone's like, they're showing the person falling and then they kind of flip over at the last second because they're going to land on their back in like the big airbag thing. We don't get that much anymore. Now they're doing all the counterweighted stuff when they do a practical fall.
Yeah.
Or computers.
Like Lethal Weapon, when Amanda Hunsaker flies off the off the roof at the beginning. That was a real stunt person falling on a inflated big old bed of air. Those long falls were awesome.
Yeah, they were.
But probably hurt stuntmen quite a bit. That's probably where they're safe now. But that was some awesome shit. The movie itself, although it doesn't make any sense, it does have a satisfying conclusion where, there's a decent suspense with the ticking time bomb going to blow up the house, and there's goons everywhere, and Van Damme's going to find him, and then his wife winds up shooting them, and there's a lot of kicking. Good kicking.
So much kicking.
Yeah, it ended well. And I'm going to say, if you have not watched Timecop, that you should check it out. I think it impressed me more than I thought it would. And I had very little memory of watching it the first time, but I'm like, for Van Damme's limited acting range, he was pretty good in it. Pretty decent.
So if two things that are the same matter can't two things can't occupy the same space, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So why, when they threw those two guys together, did they basically become nothing?
Yeah, It turned into a weird screaming red blob
Yeah.
and then disappeared.
Speaking of weird screaming red blobs, you doing okay, Dave?
Welcome back. Are you okay? Say something, David.
Oh, sorry, I had it on mute. I'm back. Yeah.
You're back. Okay. All right.
I put it on mute and I put the headphones down. I didn't want to like.
Well, David, tell us your final thoughts on the movie. I know we're going to talk about time travel movies here in a minute to pad the time, but what did you think of the movie overall?
Well, and it's interesting that I didn't know that. I guess, and I didn't have the notes until after I watched it. But I didn't know Sam Raimi. I wasn't paying attention to that. But it was just like nothing made sense as far as like when he's going up on the roof. The guy's got the flashlight on the gun, and he shoots him in the face. The gun fires out. Like there's so many little things that didn't make sense when the gun fires on the front porch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. It's just I would like this. I would actually like to see a remake of.
I think there's been some sequels, and I don't
Wasn't
know
there
if
a TV series?
I think there
Did
might
they
have
do
been a TV series. Yeah,
Like
But-
that would be fun, but yeah, not my favorite Van Damme movie.
but
So
I
what's
feel
your
like-
favorite Van Damme movie?
Yeah, what is your favorite Van Damme movie?
Hard to Kill, where he's replaced by Steven Seagal.
And Hard to Kill. Don't
I'm
you-
just
Fuck that guy. Fucking
I
hate
have
that
to.
guy.
I know. Calm down. Calm
At least Jean Claude Van Damme can do martial arts. He's not some bloated fat fuck that has like 3 moves and has to throw around the same little 5 foot tall Japanese stuntman for every goddamn thing. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just like that all
Go
the Steven Seagal movies have 3-word titles, though. Out for Justice.
Piece
Hard
of
to
shit.
Kill.
3
Marked for
piece of
death.
shit.
Yeah, I'd have to look through the list of all the movies and to see what he's done again. I was never a huge Van Damme fan.
Well, as far as hits go, this was his biggest hit because it made $129 million. Timecop, Universal Soldier made a little over $100 million. Double Impact made 80, which surprises me. Hard Target, $74 million, and Sudden Death made 64. So it's those are his most profitable movies. But to me, I still love his canon films. You know, movies like Bloodsport and Kickboxer and stuff. Those were, it's just ridiculous because nobody can, you know, his acting when he gets the powder thrown in his eyes and Bloodsport. That's just
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
peak.
yeah. Goddamn,
It's
Bloodsport's a classic.
One thing that is always odd to me is like, say you just came back to the current timeline, right? You go back to your house, your wife, who has been dead for God knows how long, is still alive, and now you've got a kid. Kid is like 3-4 years old. You know, how do you relate to that kid? It'd be a little bit tough to you know, to relate to that child when you know, yeah, you love the kid supposedly, but now you have to deal with him. And, you know, is he a brat? Is he a good kid? You know, what's the deal with this kid? It would be a little tough to deal with that. But it all wraps up. Melissa's alive. They have a kid. Everything is good. You know. Yeah.
I'm going to make you your favorite breakfast as a surprise, but pretend like I don't know what that is.
Exactly. What is your favorite movie, son?
Remember the best toy I got you for your birthday? What if you could pick one? What would it be?
Yeah, that would be a little odd. Neil included a Seagal current in his current corpulent state. You are funny. I eat you last. But yeah,
Aren't he and Jean Claude about the same age?
I think so.
Yeah. The only difference is Jean Claude didn't eat his feelings.
Van Damme is currently 65 years old.
Looking good for a 65-year-old dude too.
Yeah, he's in Steven Seagal. Born in 52, so Seagal is 73.
Still, he didn't
His
look
wig
like this
is
overnight.
25. Man, that hairpiece he's wearing in his Wikipedia picture is hilarious.
It's so good. I love listening to other actors talk about what a fucking asshole he is.
Is Seagal really 6'4"? Well, I don't know. But anyway, there is a link to the 35 best time travel movies, and it's done by Popular Mechanics, weirdly enough. But number 35 is Timecop. The Final Countdown, The Philadelphia Experiment. I don't even remember that movie. I just remember they put a aircraft carrier from the future into World War II. That's all I remember. Don't remember anything else about it.
I kind of remember that movie a little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah, it's kind of Men in Black 3. I've never seen that one. Flight of the Navigator 32. Time Crimes is a French or is a Spanish language movie. I always thought it was weird. The guy has bloody rags all over him, but I've never seen him. Donnie Darko, pretty good time travel movie.
He gets two. Jake Gyllenhaal gets two. He gets Source Code and he gets Donnie Darko.
Yeah, Donnie Darko and Source Code. X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Yes, skip it.
It's all right. It's better than Apocalypse.
Okay, keep going down because number 23 is fucking epic.
First Contact, Star Trek First Contact is good. Army of Darkness, obviously. That's a great one. Doctor Strange. Sleeper. That's a good one.
Woody Harrelson could go back and date his underage wife even when they're younger.
Woody Allen, you mean?
Who did I say?
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Don't give a fuck either one.
Tenet, I have not seen it. I'm going to be honest. This is a hot take. Christopher Nolan, meh. Some of his movies are good, but I'm just not really on the bandwagon like everybody else is. 56 minutes in, that's my hot take. Looper, which is basically this movie in a way. Run Lola Run, I've never seen that one. Avengers Endgame, it's pretty good. Interstellar, pretty good. The Time Machine, I'll remember that's a classic 1960s movie. La Jetée, I have not seen that one. Groundhog Day, Arrival. Is Arrival really a time travel movie? I don't know. It's a good movie.
The aliens exist non-linearly.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically show her the future, and yeah.
Okay. It's a good movie, though.
It is what it is.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, number 9. Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. That's pretty good. Nuclear Vessels. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Don't remember that much at all. Planet of the Apes, that's a great one. 12 Monkeys is really good. Time Bandits, very good.
Great movie.
The Terminator and Terminator 2. I think those two are my favorite movies about time travel. The Terminator series, the first two at least, I think are my favorite. I don't know, they make sense in a way compared to others. Shutting down Skynet and all that kind of stuff like that. Anything after that is terrible. I only saw part of Terminator Genesis and it was awful. Terrible. Primer, I hear is good. I've never watched it. And Back to the Future. I think Back to the Future is pretty awesome. Doc? No. So, David, you don't recommend Timecop?
No, but I think actually what's more entertaining, and I'm looking at it right now, is Steven Seagal's Wikipedia page. I've been reading it this last couple. It's yeah.
Well, I saw a highlight of one of his movies where he's fighting sitting down, like one of his.
It's just so big he can't even move.
Yeah, that he's so fat that he does fight.
You know what he reminds me of? Those. You ever see videos of guys doing Sistema?
No.
The Russian martial art where they're like wiggling their shoulders and shit and moving around, and like their two biggest masters are both just fat as shit.
What was the one karate expert? He's a fat guy with white hair, and he's like supposedly taught Elvis karate. Elvis karate. And
Ed Parker.
Yeah, Ed Parker. Yeah.
Ed Parker. Those are the guys that slap themselves. Remember, I think, didn't you have, when your son first started and I saw that he was taking, because he's taking a form of Kempo, that's what I kept telling him, get him into jujitsu, get him something that actually works.
Yeah. No, it was like Krav Maga, I think was what he was in or something.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. There's okay, here's the soapbox. Here comes the soapbox. There's a couple forms of Japanese karate that I'm gonna put hands on, that like those guys are awesome. Like number one being Goju Ryu and like Shotokan. Those guys actually can really fight. But man, if you want to learn how to fight, you got to get Muay Thai. You need to get some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so you know how to stand up and you know what happens if somebody takes you down. Got to be a well-rounded fighter. But just like Kempo and Taekwondo now, modern. Oh goddamn, I hate it. They've even started like, okay, they realized they had gaps, so then they start trying to teach grappling as well. So you're giving people this false sense that they can actually do that and grapple and take care of themselves when they've never had the actual pressure put on them, because they're only doing it with some other 12-year-old who's, I've learned how to do an armbar. No, nonsense. Get in there and study. Learn something. Get something real. Okay, off the soapbox.
Okay. David, what were you cracking up about?
You can have, sorry. This Wikipedia page about this like stunt performer LaBelle. Can I read this?
LaBelle. Yeah.
Can I read this?
Judo Jean LaBelle.
Jean LaBelle,
one of Ronda Rousey's mentors. Dude was an amazing judo guy and a good stunt guy, and I know exactly what Dave is going to talk about, what made him laugh. Go ahead, dude.
Additionally, while serving as stunt coordinator for Out for Justice, LaBelle allegedly got in an on-set altercation with Seagal over his mistreatment of some of the film's stunt performers. After the actor claimed that due to his Aikido training, he was immune to being choked unconscious, LaBelle supposedly offered Seagal the opportunity to prove it. With Seagal's permission, LaBelle then successfully choked him unconscious, with Seagal losing bowel control. Come on, we have to do a Seagal movie.
The only one I really want to do that we haven't done, I mean, we did Marked for Death, was I want to do Out for Justice, because Out for Justice is just fucking ridiculous.
Anybody see Richie?
Anybody see Richie?
I got to get some puppy dog food. I don't be from Jersey. I don't want this to be.
Yeah, we'll do it. Maybe do it in June or so. But we'll check it out.
Jean LaBelle, that dude, he was legit, man. That guy, he was no joke.
Yeah, well, you guys could talk about it in June or July when I'm out fighting fire. I'll let you know how that one goes.
So next week, everybody, we're going to do Demolition Man. Speaking of Stallone, I think we've been circling Demolition Man for a long time. We just haven't done it yet, so got to knock that off.
Almost as much as David's been circling the 3 shells.
Yeah.
You don't know what the 3 shells are for?
You haven't seen Demolition Man?
No, I haven't seen Demolition Man.
Oh, you got to watch it. It's a good one. 90s action, sci-fi. So we're going to watch that next week. RVS Podcast 222 at gmail.com. We're on the Instagram. We're on the Facebook. I need to be better about updating, so I'll do that. But if you want to contribute to the cause, go to buymeacoffee.com and contribute. And we appreciate you listening. We've had some great numbers over the past couple of months, so we're doing good. So thank you, listeners. We appreciate it. Neil, what you got to say?
This is not a movie to be set aside lightly. It's a movie to be thrown with great force, like it was sidekicked into you. It's entertaining as hell, but man, it is definitely a frozen pizza movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dave, what say you?
Well, I want to tell you, I just want to veer from something a little different in that, like, I finished second place in my fantasy football or fantasy basketball league, and I got $150 out of it. Well, guess what happened Sunday? I got a $155 speeding ticket. So I think that, racing down here to watch Timecop, I wish I could time travel back, and I would have followed the speed limit, and I would have my $150 instead of be out 5. So
bummer.
Yep.
Wow. You think you're going to be dehydrated from this? Those tears rolling out of your fucking face right there. Really, really going to mess things up for you.
Yep.
Well, Dave, I'm sure everybody, along with me, hopes your colonoscopy goes well.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Have a good weekend or good week, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Take care, everybody. Have a good week.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Retro Video Store Podcast.